Welcome to OtakuCast.
Hello.
OtakuCast. Why can I never talk when we start these things? I just
You let it
fat
build
tongue.
up. You let the nerve build up, and it gets to you.
That's entirely possible. I'm your host, Angel's Calamity. I dyed my hair. It's not the purple I was going for, but hey.
But it's the purple you need.
Is it? I like it. But anyway, you guys should know by now that I have a small YouTube gaming channel. You should check it out, Angels_Calamity. And as always, I'm joined by my amazing host, DC.
Hello. I'm Directionally Challenged. I have a gaming channel on YouTube, Directionally Challenged. Do gameplays, let's plays, and dramatic readings. I'm bringing that series back.
Excellent. I don't think I could do a dramatic reading. I bet I could do like I can do the cutesy voice. I think I could do it like a. Oh, DC! Ah!
Can't do the yes, back in the day. Back.
I mean, I could try, but it doesn't exactly have the same effect.
The same flair. Dramatic.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But anyway, thanks for joining us. My computer just lost its because internet, but DC
the internet's.
We have to always
so
introduce.
Horrible.
Always introduce our special guest. Technical difficulties. Always.
Technical difficulties. Welcome and thank you for being here. You can be quiet now. Technical difficulties.
We're gonna launch into our news.
Where do you want to start? We got a lot of news to talk about today.
Do you guys remember a couple years back? I have a pen. I have pineapple. Remember that song? Well, PPA singer is a Japanese comedian known as Pikotaru is teaming up with Pikachu for a new song titled Pika to Pico, which will release in Japan on August 31st. That's tomorrow for our time zone. The song was created to help lift the spirits of children who are unable to experience proper festivities this summer this year due to COVID-19 and the recent heat wave in Japan. Editor, fix it. I said the bad word. Editor.
It's Voldemort's. Voldemort did it.
Voldemort did it. It's Voldemort's fault. And he said that he's teaming up with Pikachu because the electric mouse Pokemon is yellow like I am, so I've always felt an emotional connection. It's cute. I think it's adorable. I will definitely watch it.
He also commented that although Pikachu's cries are normally incomprehensible to people, his song is his way of interpreting Pikachu's intent through their link.
That's awesome. And then Pokotaru is the stage name of this Japanese comedian, Kazuto Daimao Kosaka. Yeah, Kosaka. And that's awesome.
Yep. Pineapple pen.
Yes, and I'm sorry, I enjoyed that song when it went around. DC,
no.
there's news that you might be tragic over. I'm
not gonna be. Look. All right, so Oda has come out and said that One Piece is gonna end in the next 4 to 5 years. Don't believe the hype. He has said this before. When he started the manga, he said it was gonna go for 5 years. Oda does not understand how his time frame works. Now, I understand he's got his editor there, and his editor is probably messing with stuff in the background. But he was asked, have you decided about how many more years the plot has? And he said, we have to talk about everything every time my editor changes. And the editor sitting near him in the interview confirmed that he also knows the ending. So the thing about that is, though, Oda has stated he knew the ending chapter from day one. He knew how One Piece ended day one. It's just, it's taken him longer to get there than anticipated. So yeah, hopefully we are going to see One Piece ending soon. Someday before Oda kicks the bucket.
There was also a minor delay in 3 of their publications because Voldemort.
Yeah, Voldemort has ruined a lot of it.
Yep, more delays all over the place, and that's all right though. We'll get it eventually. But I don't know. Maybe he'll finally end One Piece this time. We shall see.
We shall see. I don't know. I don't know how much more. I feel like it can go more than 5 years.
Kingdom Hearts fans be still your excitement for just a moment. But there is a new Kingdom Hearts game coming, and it's coming out in November. It's Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory game, launches for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Yeah.
There
I'm
is
not
a
a Kingdom Hearts
trailer.
person, so.
I am. There's my Keyblade, one of the few things. Necklace. Caught on a hair. Excellent. Keyblade. The Kingdom Key, to be specific. But this game is actually going to be a rhythm and melody game. It will launch for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and in the West on the same day. It will launch in Japan on November 11th. And it's a first rhythm game in the franchise. The game will feature playable characters from the entire series. Disney characters will appear to assist the player depending on the stage. The game will feature more than 140 songs in Kingdom Hearts and Disney.
Hopefully you guys like rhythm games.
I do.
It depends on the game.
Online battles in 8-player modes will be available. Square Enix's Kingdom Hearts Dark Road smartphone game, launched on June 22nd, was delayed. It has been delayed since last May. And there was a thing with all of these tie-ins. Like, even it says that this one's gonna have its own special chapter story. This is not just a side-off game. But here's the thing about Kingdom Hearts is every single one of these games, even the mobile games, all are canon. They all tie into the main story. It's nuts.
Kingdom
Kingdom Hearts universe is massive. I have been slowly trying to catch up, and I was in 2.5 remix doing Terra Aquas Inventus, whichever one of the games that was, and my PlayStation fried and lost all my data, and I was doing 100% run.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, that'll happen. Happened to me.
Yep. So, if you're interested, there's a trailer out. Nintendo's released a trailer for it. Check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out when it comes out, or when I eventually get to it, because I need to catch up in the games.
I don't need to catch up on any of those games. So, Crunchyroll has announced new membership tiers with offline viewing. So, they've announced some new membership tiers for its streaming service. They announced this on Monday. The website will have 4 tiers in the United States: Free Fan, Mega Fan, and Ultimate Fan, which that seems insulting to me. Just because I'm bored doesn't mean I'm not an Ultimate Fan, thank you. Effectively, the 3 tiers in other English-speaking territories, Free Fan and Mega Fan. The company will implement the new tiers worldwide in early September. The Crunchyroll Android and iOS apps will receive updates on Monday, so I suppose a while back. The company posted an introduction video, region restricted to the United States, for the new tiers. The free tier will continue to require no payments. It has advertisements, and new simulcast episodes will be available 1 week after their premieres. The following 3 tiers are options for premium members. The fan tier costs $7.99. The Mega Fan tier costs $9.99, and the Ultimate Fan tier costs $14.99.
Honestly, still not that much. If you're a big anime fan, the Ultimate fan tier is not that much of a. I'd pay $14 a month if I had the time.
Yeah, but it depends on what you get. The fan tier offers no advertisements and all new simulcast episodes as they premiere, where the Mega Fan tier will be able to get a $15 discount off a $100 purchase for every 3 months on the Crunchyroll store.
$25 discount.
That's the Mega Fan. Mega Fan is $15.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ultimate Fan is $25 discount off of every $100 purchases every 3 months. In addition, members will receive an annual Ultimate Fan member swag bag and access to exclusive member-only merchandise.
Well, it depends. Do you buy a lot of merch? Do you watch a lot of anime? Yeah.
No.
I didn't mean like you. I meant like the royal, everybody.
But yeah, I suppose if you buy like a whole lot of stuff off of the Crunchyroll site, it is worth it to go ahead and get to the Ultimate Fan tier.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, I just don't want to keep having stuff I gotta sign up for. Jesus, I would rather, cable's cheaper at this point.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the world we live in.
Look, I was watching a thing, Matt Pat did a thing on his channel about monopoly of certain streaming companies. how it's gonna get bad before it gets better. But that's a topic for another day. The next news topic we have is that one time I got reincarnated as a slime is a show that I have watched, and I have not finished it, and I'm behind, but when I had more time, I was on every week. I was watching that.
That's why I brought this news up for you, because you watch it.
Exactly. It's such a funny show. It's hilarious. But there's a Edo style wind chime that they've made at Tokyo Otaku Mode Japan online shop. And it's a Rimuru wind chime. It's adorable. It's a little slime guy at the top, and then it looks like one of those spirit tags that are down below.
Very important. Handcrafted.
Yes, handcrafted. And it's super adorable. I might even get one. Not gonna lie. Hey guys, my birthday's coming up.
5,500 yen, including tax, but that equates to like $5-6.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
So I mean, like a $6 handcrafted glass wind chime or whatever, or even
it won't even go outside because we have mad winds. I will hang it.
It just be in outside, just glass shatters.
Well, look, I got a metal wind chime, and our winds broke it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just see it until it explodes.
No, not Rimuru.
Hey, guess what?
Anyway, tell us what's next.
YS9 Monstrum Nox Games video game reveals for February PS4 launch in the West. NIS America announced on Friday that it will release Nihon Falcon's YS9 Monstrum Nox, the latest entry in the YS role-playing game series for the PS4 in the United States on February 2nd and in Europe on February 5th. The game will launch for the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam in summer 2021. So, hey, computer people like me, we'll get it eventually.
I have never even heard of these games. It looks.
I have one.
Though.
I have one on my PSP.
Are they fun?
Yeah. If you like JRPGs.
They describe the story. Renowned adventurer Adol Christian is cursed by a mysterious woman and becomes a monstrum, a powerful being who can exorcise monsters. To escape from the Bay of the city of Baldic, he must ally with 5 other monstrum, each with their own unique gifts, and stop the Grimwald Nox, a shadowy dimension that threatens the real world.
To seep into the real world.
Ooh,
the limited packed edition of the game includes a mini art book, 2 soundtrack CDs, reverse cover sheet, a hardcore art book, the Lost Sword YS9 prequel short novel, the Crimson King figure, art card collection, keychain set, and a box. And a box to put it all in.
Nice.
That's a lot to say. There's so much stuff in that.
My goodness.
Hey, what else did Voldemort ruin?
The new Rurouni Kenshin stage musical. Like...
This is with Japan and musicals. Everything's a musical!
Can we talk about how there is nothing in Rurouni Kenshin that is worthy of musical?
A musical?
Yeah.
I don't know. They made the Bleach Rock Opera, which was pretty awesome. Have you seen the Bleach Rock Opera? I will show you clips.
I would love to.
It's fantastic.
I would love to see that. But anyway, the official website for the stage musical of the Kyoto arc of Nobuhiro's Watsuki Rurouni Kenshin manga.
Watsuki.
Thank you. Announced on Friday that the production has canceled the musical's entire run due to the spread of Voldemort. The musical was previously stated to run at the Ihi stage around Tokyo.
I think it's just IHI.
Oh.
It might be
from November 3rd to December 15th. But yeah,
the announcement noted that director Suichiro Koike and the musical sponsors arrived at the decision after numerous discussions, and in the end, both decided to prioritize the safety of the audience, cast, and staff. So, hopefully, it'll come back eventually.
I hope so. I really do.
I'm interested in seeing what a Rurouni Kenshin stage musical looks like.
Look, do we need a Rurouni Kenshin musical though?
Look, did we need a Beetlejuice musical? Probably not. Is it fantastic? Yes.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice.
Oh, we'll share some songs.
DC, tell us about Gundam.
Gundam Build Divers Battlelog anime debuts in November. Oh, that's a lot to say again.
What is all of that? What is that?
So, Sunrise and Bandai Spirits revealed on Thursday that Gundam Build Divers Battlelog, a new Battlelog anime work for the Gundam Build Divers anime franchise, will debut in November. This is more like the Gunpla stuff, where you build Gunpla and then battle with the Gunpla.
What's a Gunpla?
The Gundam like figurines and stuff that you can make.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there you can't see, and then I've got like 4 more in storage.
So it's gonna be a spin-off about toys?
Yeah, it's already the Gunpla battle stuff has been going on for Gundam Build Fighters has been going on for a little while now. Gundam Build Fighters had an early Gundam Build franchise. Similarly, had the Gundam Build Fighters Battlelog anime in 2017. Like the new work, the Gundam Build Fighters Battlelog features dream battles with various situations and Gunpla.
Neat.
Yeah, the Gundam Build Fighters anime started in 2013, so this has been going on for a while now. And if you guys don't know, if you go to a shop for the 40th anniversary of the Gundams, you can go to a shop that sells them. You might be lucky enough and get a little card like this, and you can enter into a Gunpla contest where you can get cool little stuff for your Gundams. There's
Neat.
like you can get like a case with lights in it and LEDs. You can get specific armor, because certain Gunpla actually have armor you can add on. All sorts of stuff. I entered into the contest so that I can earn a 1/40th scale Death Scythe.
Very nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I hope I win.
I do too. I hope you get it. Let's cross our fingers for DC in chat.
Just so you guys know, 1/40th scale basically refers to the fact that a Gundam is 50 feet tall.
Oh, so it's gonna be pretty big.
Like a foot tall. A little over a foot. Something like that. Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. I got one that's like 1/44th scale. So.
Nice.
So cool. Yeah.
DC, what's our topic for today?
Our topic for today is what keeps you watching. Now, the idea here is what in an anime keeps your attention. Why do you keep coming back to this anime? And this is more of like a philosophical discussion rather than a discussion of facts and things that we've researched or anything like that. It's just our feelings, our own personality. What brings it to the table? Keeps you here, keeps you watching this anime, keeps you interested.
Put your guys's in chat, please. We would love to hear them.
Yes, that's what's great about this topic is we want to know what keeps you watching as well. Like, we're going to discuss what keeps us watching, what keeps you watching.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to hear it. We want to see it. Give us that sweet information. But, I mean,
Heck yeah.
I would have to say that one of the pretty much the same thing that would keep me interested in an anime is going to be the same thing that keeps me interested in just about any other media. I mean, obviously, it's not for books with, like, visual things. I actually have, like, a couple points that I wrote out here. So I'm just going to hit on the first one, and we'll BS about it a little bit. So, visuals. It depends on the media, of course. Like, but we're talking about anime, but...
With a book, you could argue it's the visuals is how well it's described.
Yeah, that's true.
How well does it make you visualize the world? But yeah, I think we learned that with Lou Over the Wall, how important visuals are.
Yeah, for real. It's gotta be, are the visuals appealing? Do I look at that and go, yes, that is pretty? And not only appealing for me, but also the colors need to work for the setting, the way the characters are drawn needs to look good. Like, for example, the movie we watched, I enjoyed the visual. I did not like the way the characters' faces were drawn. That was just me personally.
They had have you seen like a Japanese scarecrow? How they make faces out of kanji?
Oh, yeah.
They had that sort of feeling to them. They had a kanji face.
I didn't consider that, but you're totally right. And
weird fact about that movie that we'll get into later, though, it was done by Studio Pierrot, whatever. Same people that did the Naruto and Bleach animes.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
But and then is the setting cohesive with the story? Like if I look at the story, I want to see the grungy wastelands. I want to see the filthy cities or the bright beautiful cities. I want, you know what I mean, or the bright and cheery forests. You know what I mean? I want to see that.
So you're talking like if you have a setting of the world that's like post-apocalyptic, you want the world to look post-apocalyptic.
Exactly. I want to see like the world as drawn and represented as that is cohesive with the story.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
And
I would argue though, for the visual aspect of it, there are certain times when other factors can override visual.
I'll give you that. Like, for example, God of High School, when it does its animation style changes to emphasize the things that are happening, I'm okay with that. Because it's not only is it still gorgeous, it feels amazing. It pumps you up. You're like, oh, he punched him so hard, they're now just black and white ink on a white piece of paper kind of thing. Like,
and they're
obviously.
like their little switches to like the chibi style is kind of like you're like, yeah, no, it kind of fits. You understand the visual shifts.
Like my husband and I were watching Naruto Shippuden last night, and it was all this serious scene, and character were talking about serious things, and then one character said something, and the other one just went completely dirt face, and that's fine because it's using the visuals to accentuate the amount of that character was feeling.
You can't just portray it with a normal face.
No, you can't, and that's fine because not the whole show isn't like that. They just use that to accentuate their characters' emotions. And then the last thing on visuals is the animation appealing. Because I think that's kind of a little different than the visuals, the animation appealing. Because you can have gorgeous animation, or gorgeous visuals, but the way the animation is done.
That sort of falls back into Lou Over the Wall as well. Mm-hmm. There were moments where the animation was very choppy.
Yes.
And look, essentially, it feels like frames are missing.
The human characters in that show were done well for the most part, but when it came to like the fish people and the dancing and like the acting scenes, it was trash.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't mesh well. It didn't feel stylized well.
Welcome back. I'm gonna do a swore. Welcome back to shitting on Lou Over the Wall. Thanks for joining us.
Oh man, we can do that. We can just bring it back. We could for a week. And we'd still not have it out of our systems.
No.
But I understand visuals. Visuals are very important in anime. You need, like, for me, I can ignore visuals, like I've said, as long as other factors are good. And those other factors are, we'll get into them more in depth, but like plot, characters, and just story
Biohazard in chat says, I love stories in any form, but anime has so much they can do without the restraints of the real world. Visuals can be done so much more than anime with different art styles.
Yeah, exactly. That like those visual storytelling aspects, when a character just gets like completely gross-faced, and you know it's gross-faced, and you're just like, yes, this person is so disgusted.
Naruto is famous for the dirt faces and stuff like that in the show, and even if they do like really highly detailed characters appear, and then there's a derpy looking one back there, that's fine too. I'm okay with that.
It's like Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 has horrible art. The person who created it, he also created One Punch Man, which is famously picked up by another artist and taking his story and changing the artwork. The reason for that being is that One Punch Man, the manga, looks way better the way it is than Mob Psycho 100. But Mob Psycho 100, I could ignore it because it was done well. The story was interesting, the characters were interesting, and it held my attention in other ways. And I think that like the main thing is that an anime needs to hold your attention. Like, that's why we keep watching, for the main reason is that it holds your attention somehow. And
but how does it hold?
Yeah, exactly. And that's like one of the things you're talking about is the visuals have to be good. You have to have decent visuals. And even though the artwork wasn't the best, the way it was done and like the way attacks were done, the way characters were drawn, they didn't look great, but they flowed well, and it gave the world a unique style. So you could ignore that it wasn't like traditional good art. You're like, it's still good, it's still decent.
Yeah.
It's just its own style, and
I'm okay with their own style. They don't all have to look exactly the same and do the exact same thing, but it needs to be appealing, visually appealing.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah.
For me,
like I said though, I can ignore the One Piece isn't visually appealing to a lot of people.
Bad 3D anime, just get out of here. Just don't try. Just go. Please. You're so clunky, and you look like you're made. All the characters look like they're made out of polished marble half the time.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It doesn't look good. It just looks gross, and I don't want to watch it.
Like Beastars, I honestly almost turned my nose up to that one. I know I've talked about it. Days Without Beastars being mentioned, but
we're still at Days Without One Piece being mentioned 0 because of the news.
That's fair. But I almost turned my nose up to it because of the animation style, but I gave it a chance, and I really enjoyed it. And it's just like, I watched the first episode. That is what my gateway is, the first episode. What can you show me in this first episode of this show that's going to make me put on the second? You know?
Exactly. And that's the whole reason of what keeps you watching. The first episode is everything. You have to set up so much in that first episode to give us an idea of the plot, the characters, the world we're in, that the art style, so that we can take that and be like, all right, I'll hear you out. Keep going.
Exactly.
It's like the first 30 seconds of a song. That's the most important part of a song, is those first 30 seconds, because that's how long you've got to get my attention and keep me listening. And that's what these animes are, is if you have these, like, if your artwork is clunky and just gross looking, it's not gonna keep anybody's attention. It's not gonna hold me. I'm gonna look at it and go, I don't like that. No.
Yeah.
But
see, another one. Oh, go ahead.
Plot.
See, I was gonna touch on genre next, because I'm very picky about my genre, but we can.
You're picky about genre, huh? No, we can talk genres. I don't really have a problem with genres.
See, I'm very picky with my genre. If it's a slice of life, yeet. Okay, not for me. I do not enjoy. I live in the real world. Do not give me real world things. If I'm gonna watch anime, give me fantasy, give me science fiction, give me horror, give me non-realistic, give me dragons and magic or robots and guns.
Here's my argument with that. You get to pick the genre of anime you consume. So is genre really a factor in what keeps you watching if you seek out that genre? Like, I can go to a website and seek out mystery movies right now and be like, all right, let's look at these mystery movies.
Okay, that's fair.
That's more of genre's more of like what gets you to watch, like what gets you to get to the slice of life ain't gonna get me to the table. I'm not gonna even get bothered with the table. I'm gonna look at that table and go,
we're told to watch a slice of life anime, then we're gonna watch a slice of life anime. Look, you guys like slice of anime. If you like slice of life anime, awesome.
You're wrong.
Great for you. No, DC. No,
you're wrong.
Bad DC.
You're wrong.
Bell of shame in chat, everybody.
Bell of shame for people that like slice of life.
Other than there's very few that have passed my filter for. I'm not a big fan of sports anime either, but I enjoyed like Yuri on Ice, and I enjoyed Ouran High School Host Club.
You didn't like Ice Shield 21?
Just because the character.
Ice Shield 21 was a really interesting sports anime.
Never even heard of it.
Really interesting.
Never even heard of it.
It was about Japanese people playing American football. It was not very popular at their school because they usually don't play American football. They usually play rugby.
Oh, okay.
It was a very interesting, very weird, one character, clearly a demon.
Oh.
Not a demon, clearly a demon. Kept saying he was human, clearly a demon.
Right.
He had pointed ears and everything.
Did he? I don't. There it goes. It did the thing. I did the thing in chat. There's your shame.
No.
But and then we could talk about plot too.
That are decent.
Like I have a story, but
I like a few slice of lives.
Well written.
Yeah, the story it's
plot.
Like plot. Plot has a whole list of things that you can go into with it, which starts with what is the plot? Like what is the setting that we're in? You know, let's take Bleach for example. All right, we're in a world with Shinigami that are spirits that defeat evil spirits. Those are the hollows. And you learn that like the evil spirits are created when someone dies and they're earthbound and they don't pass on. And you're like, okay, and you get explained that. But the first setting is evil monsters, good hero, spirit people. You're like, all right, I understand. There's ghosts and there's monsters. Let's go with this. Let's see where this goes. And
yeah,
that's our first introduction to in any series. With like Promise Neverland. Your first introduction is like, all right, kids, they're at an orphanage. They got barcodes on them for some reason, little numbers, and then demons.
Yeah, dead kid and demons. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't watched it. But if you haven't watched it yet, what are you doing during the anime club?
I mean, literally, it was the first episode. First episode it happened. Not spoilers. First episode.
And I want an intelligent plot too. I don't want something that I've seen 150,000 times. It's just been rewritten over and over again.
I disagree.
I want something that I can like I'll watch dumb plots too. I'm okay with dumb plots. But if I'm really gonna sink my teeth in it, if it's gonna be something I'm gonna go back to think about when I'm not watching the show, then it's gonna be something that grabs me.
Look,
you know what I mean?
So you're saying God of High School does not fit that criteria because it's just tropes and stuff that's been done 1,000 times.
It's very entertaining. Even if we weren't watching Anime Club, because they just started dubbing it. Actually, they just did. But if we weren't watching Anime Club, I'd probably wait for the dubs to come out and then watch those. But
it's a story that's been done 1,000 times. But
it's the whole thing.
God, they do it good.
The whole thing's a tournament arc. It's entertaining though. It's entertaining. It's like. Okay, I had a teacher in high school, Mrs. Fike. Hi. That I loved. I was a very good reader. I could read and comprehend books high above my reading level. And then I would get like these stupid little books, and they were just. And she referred to them as my cotton candy read. She goes, "Are you reading another cotton candy book?" And I'm like hiding my Warrior Cats book underneath my backpack. Yes, because they didn't really further me or challenge me or give me. They were just for the fun, stupid book.
That's the thing. Like that's like for me, if a story is engaging and it's thought provoking and stuff like that, yeah, that'll keep my attention. But sometimes you just need a story done well. Even if it's been done 1,000 times, even if it's done 1,000,000 times, because like, I mean, let's be honest here, most Disney movies, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. It's the same stuff. It's just entertaining. Right. It's good. It's done well. Like, to be honest, there was a thing that was like, there's only like 21 possible stories you can tell, and it's just a matter of how you mix and match different elements. And it's the same stuff. It's like it's always going to be the same stuff. It's just how you use those elements and what. Like, that's what's important. Like, in those stories, if you have the elements of a good story, but you fumble it, like, for some, oh god, that one anime I had to watch, the one with the time-traveling samurai that go to the future to fight demons. Sounds interesting! They fumbled that first episode. God, and I didn't want to watch anymore because the animation was terrible, and even though the characters seemed interesting, I just wasn't drawn into the plot enough to care or want to see more of these characters because I didn't get enough development with these characters in this first episode. I didn't get to spend enough time with them as people, and so I didn't care. Like with Ichigo, first episode. You get an understanding of him right away. He beats up dudes that knocked over a shrine
He's
to a little
the
girl
number
that
one
died.
guardian.
But a little ghost girl died, and he puts flowers there for her and stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
that he's a good person. That's immediately you go, that's a good person. He doesn't, he's mad because this is a shrine for this little girl, and that keeps you engaged because you like that character, and the plot is done well, and you're intrigued, and you see like,
but they don't always have to be good characters. You can give me
they
a
can be
well-written
evil,
bad character to start with,
like Overlord.
And I'm okay with that.
Like Overlord, as long as
take
the
me
character
away,
is,
demon daddy. Here is my soul.
as long as the character's done well and it's written well, that's the important. Like that's what we're talking about here. Setting is so important for you. You can screw it up easy. It's real easy to screw up.
Yeah,
we've seen that a few times. It's so easy to mess it up. Just a little tweak, and it's good. But that
fishing anime, Diary of Our Days of the Breakwater, that I watched for the season.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was not bad. If I had more time, I might even watch more of it. I don't like fishing. I don't like slice of life anime, but the characters were bright.
Yeah.
And they were interesting.
Exactly.
And it was cute and it was funny, and I was just like, yeah, I could probably.
You got drawn into the setting. You got drawn into the setting.
And the visuals were very pretty, like the ocean, the beach. It was not bad. It was, yeah, I was into it.
And that's the power of plot. That's the power of characters. Like, because we can move on. Characters keep you watching. Good characters that have good development or just
interesting?
Good traits.
Are they relatable? Are they funny?
Exactly.
Are they bad? Do a swore. Are they badass? Is it Saitama that's on my screen right now? If you're going to show me a badass character, another sword, I want him to come in, fist blading, and obliterate something to just give me that relative of how strong he is.
Oh man, that's like I'll bring up Bleach again because I really do think Grimjaw Jaggerjack is one of the Grimjaw Jaggerjack. It's Grimjaw.
Grimjaw?
It's
Desiree's
pronounced Grimjaw.
Gonna at you. She's gonna Colette is gonna at you.
It's pronounced Grimjaw.
Our editor is coming for your butt.
I don't
now.
care. It's how it's pronounced. So I'm
Grimjaw.
saying it how they say it in the anime.
They say it's Grimjaw in the dub.
In the dub, but not in the sub. And
that's
what I care about. That's what I watch.
In the manga.
I don't know. You don't really get pronunciations in manga.
But how's it spelled?
But his name is Jaggerjack.
O or an
Jaggerjack. Jaggerjack. It doesn't matter. So because phonetics in Japan are different. An I sounds like an E, and an R sounds like an L.
That's Grimjaw. Anyway, moving on. Grimjaw.
Well,
Tell me about Grimjaw.
Yeah, he is the epitome of a badass character. When he shows up, he literally like beats the crap out of Ichigo. Like he just especially in the anime where he just shows up and he does like his little boxing dance and then just like Superman's into him. It's amazing. You see how he does a boxing dance and Superman's into Ichigo. It's awesome.
Yeah, he do.
Japanese, it is how they pronounce it. Thank you.
Oh. Well.
Thank you.
Biohazard, you lied to me this entire time.
So, there's another scene. There's another scene later. I gotta say this though. There's another scene with Grimjaw later where they're in Wako Mundo. Orihime's been captured and she's getting the life slapped out of her by two girls. And you just see this wall explode into the room, and Grimjaw just comes walking in, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And in the comics, in the manga, it immediately cuts back, and it shows Grimjaw's here in the exploded wall, and shift over just a little bit, and there's a door that's open. It's just a doorway. He went through the wall because it was cooler.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my point with the character. Are they a badass? Do they just bust through a wall even though the door's right there? There's no door to stop them. They could just walk in, but that's not cool. That's not good enough for a badass character. They gotta bust through the wall. And that will keep you reading. That will keep you watching. If your main character is that level of... If your main character is Saitama, who just decides randomly to just like... Boom! Explosion. You're like... All right, you have... Okay, let's continue. What? Yes. Go on, Saitama.
But and then, but on the opposite side of that spectrum, are they flawed? Are they emotional? Are they deep?
Yeah.
And for me, are they sexy? I need sexy characters. I need sexy male, female, intelligent monsters, whatever. Give it to me, daddy. Give me sexy.
They don't gotta be sexy. They don't gotta be.
No, they don't have to be, but that helps. If I see a character,
I love Yajirobe. I love Yajirobe.
Who's Yajirobe?
He's one of the best characters from Dragon Ball Z. Yajirobe's a short little fat samurai, and I love him.
Okay.
Yajirobe.
I take it they're not sexy since you brought them up.
No, he's awesome. He's short and fat and eats all the time, and I love him.
And sometimes sexy does not have to be. Sexy doesn't always have to be appearance. Sexy can be in their mannerisms, their behavior, their voice. Give me Stephen Blum's voice on anything. Okay.
He is not sexy in any way, shape, or form.
Stephen Blum isn't.
Big man. No, Stephen Blum, that's different. Yajirobe isn't.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Blum has the voice of a god. It's just a fact.
He does. And you know,
his voice is like what Ryan Reynolds looks like.
Like, look, I love emotional characters. I love.
If Ryan Reynolds wears a voice,
that's fair.
Stephen Blum's voice.
Biohazard 13 says, I love Usopp before he became ripped.
Yeah, people loved Usopp, and Usopp is a skinny, lanky, big-nosed weirdo. And then he became freaking yoked. Dude, you know, it's because he got fat, and then he literally burned all of his fat into muscle. It's pretty impressive.
Okay, are we talking about like kind of fat gum situation here? Because Daddy Fat Gum.
Yeah, Fat Gum who literally turns his fat into damage protection.
I'll take my boy in both forms. I'll take Fat Gum both ways.
I don't like his lack of nose. His lack of nose creeps me out.
He gets a nose when he uses all of his fat.
It's weird! I'm fat, I have a nose!
Look, I am also fat, and I also have a nose, so...
It's just weird!
I think it's just an animation choice, like making him spherical, making him smooth and cute.
He is very smooth. He's a very smooth man. It looks like what happens when Khalifa from CP9 uses her soap powers on people. She turns them smooth. She gets rid of all their edges. That's
kind of unsettling, weird. It makes me uncomfortable.
Sanji enjoyed it, I bet, because she has to rub you to do it.
And then
she's
another thing, other than just for the characters, like Edward Elric is one of my favorite characters of all shows ever because he's deep. And
I love Alphonse.
Look, I love Alphonse too. Al is adorable and cute, but Ed is really deep and he's very passionate, and
he has flaws.
Yes, and he does have flaws. He has very bad flaws, but he's human. He's still human. He's not.
In my lovely book here, How to Write a Damn Good Novel, it's very much an example of Edward Elric, which is you need to have your good traits turned up to 11, and your bad traits turned up to 11.
Yes. Sorry, I was just thinking of some writing I do with a friend of mine, and I have a highly flawed character.
But that's important, and these characters...
But he's also very sweet and has a gentle heart.
Characters are the most important for an anime in general, because if you don't like the characters, you're not going to like the anime.
You're absolutely right. I was going to give you... Because the setting's important, the story's important, but yeah, you're right. It's characters. The characters are the biggest thing.
Characters hold, one of the highest pillars of why do I watch this show, and it's because I want to see the characters succeed. Which
Biohazard 13 in chat is talking about Fat Gum, and she says he's also over 8 feet in his fat form. Lay on him like Totoro. Yes.
Chase says Totoro is sexy. Y'all have problems. y'all got some problems. Alright. Y'all got a lot of problems. Is all I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry. I'm
gonna keep going. It's all right. I'll be honest though, in like Promised Neverland, I don't like Emma.
I
don't
like
care
Emma.
for Emma. I don't care for Emma. I'm not rooting for her. I'm not rooting for Emma. I'm rooting for Ray. I think Ray has a good point. I feel like Ray is the main character we deserve.
I like all three of them.
Ray is the main character we deserve, and Emma's got too many issues. Too many issues.
Look, Emma's just a sweet baby, and she needs to be protected, and she's just trying to protect the people. But
yeah, this is Norman's goal. This is Norman's goal.
Norman's goal is to protect Emma.
Yeah, mega simple.
Like, honestly, Norman couldn't give a darn if
anyone else.
As long as Emma lives. Norman would crawl on top of Ray's head to push Emma over the wall.
If it came to shove, he'd be like, "All right, Ray, you gotta go."
Yeah,
it's for Emma, man.
Remember, Norman equals simp.
He's such a weird freaking those characters, man. But that's the thing, is like there's characters you like and characters you hate, and even a character you hate can continue to make you watch a show because you want to see them get their comeuppance.
Yeah,
like
we're not talking about Anime Club yet. We're still on topic there. Sorry about that. But anyway, but
it was a nice lead-in to Anime Club.
Oh, are we done? I mean, maybe I had something else to say, but that's fine if you just want to go on without me. It's fine. I don't. Whatever.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about in Anime Club this week. We have
one more thing on the topic, though. One more thing is it fun? Am I enjoying this? Will this stay with me? When I turn off, because a lot of times I don't have time for more than one episode. When I turn it off, am I still thinking about it?
Ray, the best character.
I love them all. Anyway,
I don't think about Promised Neverland whenever.
Am I gonna still be thinking about it? I do think about Promised Neverland, but anyways,
I think about God of High School. I think about God of High School like crazy.
See, I don't think about God of High School. We all know that one of our three main characters is gonna win, so it's just how they get there.
Well, we can discuss that more soon.
Yes, but first, Promised Neverland Season 1, Episode 6, because it's time for Anime Club. DC?
What is Anime Club, you ask? You're curious?
Yeah, not yet, but I was going to.
Your mind wanders into the world of what is Anime Club. You're questioning it. Anime Club is where we get together and we watch animes. We're watching The Promised Neverland and God of High School. And you can tune into Anime Club Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by joining the Anime Club voice channel in our server. It is hosted by Yojack, along with Anime Club episodes. Yojack hosts a different anime movie every week. This upcoming Friday is Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Time expected to start is usually an hour after we begin, so it'd be 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Everyone is welcome to join. You can join by joining the little voice chat in our roles section. We hope to see you there.
Don't forget to react the proper thing.
React to it.
Do the react.
React.
See, Atomic Missy is with me. Atomic Missy in chat says that she also loves everybody.
Me and Biohazard. Love Ray.
No, but look, 2 comments up. Biohazard says
love Ray.
Love them. Emma and Norman.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
DC, we talked about you and your issues with facts.
Let's talk about Promised Neverland Episode 6, 311045.
Has anyone figured out the title?
I looked into it. I looked into it. I looked into that, and then I looked into the wiki, and I looked up every kid's freaking number, and none of them line up.
Oh.
It's just, it's nothing. It's meaningless.
You know, I'm wondering if there's some sort of like AR game kind of thing where there's some sort of coding in the title.
I don't know. But they line up to nothing.
Oh, well, it starts right where we left off with Dawn and Gilda all up in Mom.
Scout.
The door's opening slowly, and they're panicking.
And I was right.
Yeah, it wasn't Mom.
It was Phil. It was
It's
Phil.
It's just a little
Phil,
fun little kid.
little Phil. Yeah.
Oh, Atomic Missy in chat says it's the date.
I don't think it's the date. It doesn't match up.
Hold on, I'm gonna flip back to last week's episode in my notes.
It doesn't match up.
Last week's episode was 301045, and this week's was 311045. What about the? I don't have any more in this notebook. I will research. Now that's literally just a date. That's funny. Anyway. And then Emma, and it's just a small child, and they were playing hide and seek, and they're relieved. And then Emma and Norman and Ray are discussing things that they've done, and things that they need to do, like learning about the outside, the adults, an escape route, and, they're just talking about, well, it consists of 3 things. We need to climb the wall, get far away, and learn how to survive and become self-reliant. Which, yeah, I'm all down for that. Phil is such a better janitor name, says Chase Griffin. Chat. You're right, but it was just a little kid. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, and then the first step is they've already done it. The second, they need more info, and then Emma's like, I want you to meet somebody. So I don't know what happens there. And then it goes to Don, and he's watching Mom. Are you with me?
It is the dates.
Is it?
It is the dates. It's just structured weird.
Excellent. Well, now we know. Our mystery was solved that easily. Here I was, sitting here thinking about codes and stuff and letters to put for each number, and...
No, it's just structured weird. It's structured day, month.
If you're watching the show, Chase, I don't think the kid's gonna be a janitor. I think we know what his ultimate destiny is, this little Phil.
The one who destroys everything?
Phil's... if the demons had their day, it would be dinner. So
my notes are more
Missy's
talking.
calling us out. Missy's calling us out and telling us to go back and pay attention to calendars. Look, I don't pay attention to calendars. I don't even know what day it is right now.
I'm just gonna state my notes are more talking, plan.
Yeah, look, and then Don's watching Mom, and then he bumps into her and he steals the key. To that room. Yeah. And then it go back to Emma, Ray, and Norman, and there's Mr. Oh, about the coding. They're in the library. Mr. William
Minerva.
Yeah.
Are we gonna skip Don's creepy face? Why does everyone have a creepy face? What is everyone's default is we need to have a creepy face?
You're not wrong. It emphasizes his maniacal glee, I guess, the fact that he stole the key.
I don't know. But we've got William Minerva, who owns a bunch of books, and they find out that the books have this little line around this owl creature, and it's Morse code. They have Morse code, which I would like to state.
They're on his side. They're on the kid's side.
That is not Morse code.
No, Morse codes are dots and dashes. So
there's dashes and dots. The thing is that what they say doesn't line up with the dashes and dots.
That's fair.
Because it's
you know Morse code?
I know some Morse code.
Oh, impressive.
SOS is dash 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 dot 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 dash dash dash, and that's a dash 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 dot 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 dash 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 is already going to fill up most of that circle.
Yeah.
And so you get they have oh yeah.
I didn't think about that, but you're absolutely right.
Some of them are dash dash dot 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 or dot dot dash 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 dash, and I'm you're not gonna get truth. Farm. So
during this part, it goes back and forth between Gilda and Dawn. They and Emma and Ray and Norman. Emma, Ray, and Norman are just looking at the books. Gilda and Dawn are going into Mom's room.
Yeah,
they go in the room.
We can move on to the interesting thing where they go into the room. They open
the trapdoor.
Well, first off, the room wait. The initial room is just clothes and towels and storage.
Yes, and they find a trapdoor in the floor. And Emma, Ray, and Norman do find that some of the codes are run, doubt, danger, truth, honest, monster, farm. And it's well, we could trust them. Or maybe this dude's dead and they're just trying to find out if there's a society of humans or something like that. Or if this dude was maybe this dude was a random kid that had already figured this out forever ago. and the kid was trying to warn future kids, and it's not actually an adult, and that kid was actually long dead. I don't know. Who knows? I think the kid, Emma Ray and Norman assume a lot about this William Minerva person.
That's all they do. That's all they do is assume. Leg itches. All they do is assume. Like, all they do is they assume everything. But let's talk.
It's unique that it was a coded message and an intelligent individual left it, but Norman's highly intelligent, and Ray and Norman they could code messages and leave them. It doesn't have to be some adult from outside.
Look, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about.
Okay, so they go down the trapdoor.
This little the Minerva thing is just all speculation on them. But they go into the trapdoor, and there's so many books.
Yep.
There's so many books and toys.
Books. And then there's toys, and they realize what's her name? What was her name? Connie's bunny is in there.
Little bunny.
And they said they realized that Emma Ray and Norman were telling the truth about the radio, but they're like, who
are they contacting?
Yeah, why wouldn't Connie take her toy? They get
they have a theory they've already built.
Yeah, and then they hear Mom upstairs, so they really can't do much more down there.
They go up. They try and sneaky out.
They try to sneak out, and then
Mom hears something.
Mm-hmm. Mom's suspicious, but stroke of luck, they get out.
Yeah, another kid comes running in. I found this in the hallway, Mama.
Like, I found the key that I assume Dawn dropped out in the hallway, and
we've got a bit of an unreliable narrator thing going on here, where we're shown scenes that are not happening at the same time.
Yeah, it's to make you more nervous.
Clearly, that the noise Mama heard was the noise of the door closing.
Yeah.
And not.
So then we go to Dawn and Gilda walking up to Emma Ray and Norman.
Questions, accusations. They're mad.
Exactly. They talk, and they're just like, "Yeah, we found the thing." And
we skip hours. We skip hours ahead in the world, because it goes from like Ray's like, "What did you do?" and then it's like, now it's midnight and we're talking in the dining hall.
Yeah, but they all talk, and Dawn freaks the absolute amount of.
Ray's the only smart person. Ray's like, "Why would you do this? This is stupid. What would you have done if you could ruin everything?"
Did we talk about how Dawn attacks Norman, Ray, and Emma?
After his crazy face, and he punches the crap out of Norman.
Well, they tell him the truth. They tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not the trafficking demons.
And then he punches the crap out of Norman, and he punches the crap out of Ray, and then he tries to punch Emma, but he stops.
And then he goes in screaming and yelling about family.
Yeah. And then he runs out.
Tantrum.
And
he cools off.
He's upset. Yeah, he's upset because he's weak and can't do anything, and he doesn't want to be weak. And then
welcome to being a human being, child.
And then the next part of that scene is everyone is sorry. Everyone apologizes to everyone.
And then there was a line in there that one of them, I think it was Emma's, one of them said that the outside world is full of demons. Where did that come from? When did they establish this fact?
They don't know that yet. They're trying to figure out.
But in the dub, they literally said the outside world. I think it was Ray, and he's like, the outside world is full of demons. Or do we have you? Will you fight with us? Do you know the dangers we face, kind of thing?
He said if the outside world.
Not in the dub. He just said
the dub's bad. You shouldn't watch dubs.
I like the dub. But anyway.
But yeah, no. I made a specific note here. Next episode, more planning. If the episode wasn't over yet, it was just after everyone apologized. I made that note that next episode, more planning.
Look,
that's my theory. That's my theory is the next episode is gonna be a lot more planning. But Ray senses.
Gilda and Dawn are still in. And then did you notice?
Ray senses something.
Somebody. It was like the camera was like somebody was watching, and Ray.
Yes.
noticed.
Well, we find out immediately after.
Yeah.
No setup for that one. That one was.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Who? What?
There's no setup. We find out.
But no, because it goes back to Emma and Norma talking and stuff. It doesn't just.
That's not a mystery if it's solved within 5 minutes.
True.
But we get plot blocked.
We do. But they do more planning. And did you notice that Norman snooped in Ray's things? He was snooping
that happened after the plot block. Because Emma comes up with a plan, but we don't get to hear the plan.
Yeah, that's true.
And literally, she's like, I've got a plan. And then she's like, do you think it can work? And he's like, it might. And I'm like, what plan? You didn't tell us the plan. You just went, I've got a plan. Do you think it'll work? Yeah. Clearly, he learned about the plan, and we didn't. And then Norman lies to Emma about Ray's intentions, and he's going to lie to Ray.
Yeah.
Because Norman is a good person who lies to everyone in order to make people happy.
But we did find out about her plan. That's what I thought, the herbicide and everything. Detergent, the herbicide.
No, we don't get told what the plan is.
Oh.
We get no information about what the plan is. Ray isn't told anything. But that's when Norman rifles through Ray's stuff, finds a hidden thing in the floor, and he's like, I did everything to protect you, huh? Ray, you're a genius.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did you find? Why aren't you guys telling us anything? Why is everything being hidden? And that's when Dawn stole some detergent and herbicide, and Ray
goes to tell Mom that Norman's trying to kill her. That's Norman's plan.
Norman tells Dawn that, Ray's gonna distract Mama and keep her busy, and we got this plan. And then we get Ray's talking to Mama, telling her all about that, and they find out.
Did you also notice that Ray was like, "Don't forget, my deal is that Emma and Norman get to age out." Like he's trying to save his buddy's mom. And honestly, I think Ray is on their side, but I think Ray is also just like, I think Ray is with Emma and Norman, but I also think Ray's just like, this is my backup plan. If this doesn't work, I still want Emma and Norman to survive. I think Ray, at the slightest hint that it's not going to work, will just go full mom because he wants Emma and Norman to still survive. I really think that's, and is that a bad thing? Is it a good thing? I don't know, because just like the way he said it, he was rather passionate about it. I mean, yeah, he's feeding information to Mom, but I think that if it looks like the tides are turning and they're gonna lose, Ray's just be like, "Don't forget about our deal, Mom. I've been your spy this whole time," or something like that.
I don't believe it'll come to that.
I think it might, but anyway.
I don't think it will, because they literally have already set their date for escape.
But
and
Mom,
I feel like it's just gonna get moved up, because we learned that like there's no normal shipment next month, so the next shipment's gonna be in January, and Ray's like, my 12th birthday.
So is it him? Is it Ray? Is the next shipment? Is that?
Yes, that's literally what the next shipment implication is
yes.
That Ray is the next one to be shipped. But then at the end we get Norman and everybody and Sister Crone, creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's all like, I heard everything from last night. You were in the room and da-da-da, and blah, blah, blah. And I was watching you. And I'm like,
she's like, let's join forces. Yeah.
I just want one kid to carry like a butter knife or a steak knife on him. And when Sister Crone does that stuff, it's like, let's join forces, and gets all in their faces, just like, stab.
Please, Sister Crone is very, very creepy. Do not
like, man. Stab the crazy lady. She's crazy.
I don't like. She's just very, very creepy. So then we're on to God of High School. Season 1, Episode 6. Fear /6.
Here.
Look, I'm gonna just sit here and let you talk about it, because there's a lot. There's
so much to talk about here.
There's so much.
We got 25 minutes to do it.
Do it?
And we might be able to do it. I myself have done the impossible and have taken an entire page of notes. And
I have 6 pages on this episode.
Yeah, so God of High School, Episode 6. Fear /6.
We start the forest.
I didn't even see that on the thing. I didn't see it. anywhere, I went and looked up the title because I was like, I didn't remember seeing the title.
I saw it. They start in a forest, and it's the cult boys again.
We start with Jin's grandpa. Finally, Jin's grandpa. And
Grandpa Mori.
And he's attacked by who we later find out is a group known as Nox.
It's a cult.
They're the crazy god cult. The crazy god cult. But he's attacked by the crazy god cult, and he's just like, we have a saying in my family. Do what you want.
No, wait. There was something that the cult person was saying. He was like asking him to reconsider.
You have, the people with power need to know their place in this world, and
they need to live a certain way to fulfill the role heaven's placed on you.
To fill the role that heavens have placed on you, and you need to fulfill your role, and blah blah blah. And he's just like, yeah, well, in my family we have a saying: do what you want.
And then the cultist is like, yeah, then may God be with you.
Then may God be with you, and they're gonna attack him. And
Jin happens to be home and happens to be wondering about Grandpa. In our opening.
Well, because this is a story. This is a story of tropes. It follows the tropes. If there is a trope to be had, it will be had, and it will be placed perfectly where it needs to be placed.
You're not wrong.
Jin Mori's grandpa is being attacked. The next trope is to have someone know this is happening, and to have that person be concerned and be worried about them. And they need to follow the trope.
So now we're back to the God of High School TV show.
With the episode, the God of High School Big Bang.
Yeah, and the pre-national show interview, the tournament in 2 weeks.
With our nice nurse and our sexy bomber nurse that need to switch titles.
What the important thing here is that they changed the rules. The top 3 fighters.
Hold on, we got to talk about this because there's we get Commissioners Q and O as guests on the show.
Yes.
You just want to skip over all of that and skip way ahead into what's happening. When you don't want to talk about Commissioner Q and his smoking
on the show, it was funny.
Commissioner
Q did not give a dang. Care.
And I don't want to skip this because of the joke that was done that was actually pretty funny, which was Commissioner O telling him, "You shouldn't smoke while on duty," and Commissioner Q being like, "I'll smile as much as I want if you pay me, or I'll smile as much as you want if you pay me."
Pretty much.
I love Commissioner Q. He is my favorite. He is a funny man. He confused the heck out of the nurses, and they announced the rule change being that it's now going to be a 3-team battle consisting of the top 3 people
from each regional
the regionals.
Preliminaries.
And that the nationals will take place in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So now we're to Seoul, and it's Mina fighting Byron, the Brazilian dude.
My whole question here was, what was the point of the individual battles?
We find out what the point is.
Yeah, you kind of. We kind of, there's some mystical, but we'll get there. But yeah, Mira
is fighting Byron to determine who will be the third of the team.
Yeah.
And she kicks his behind.
Yeah, Mira wins. Mira wins pretty single.
And then we're at a secret meeting.
No, Jin embarrasses everyone.
Okay.
That was a funny scene.
Yes, it does. Jin embarrasses everyone because he's just so exuberantly cheering Mira on.
We've got the time to cover everything that happens. It was really funny, and it encapsulates why this dynamic is fun to watch. You have Jin embarrassing everyone. You have Han Daiwei not acknowledging any of it, and then you have Mira being annoyed by everything.
Yeah.
They really run the gambit. Jin will embarrass everyone. Han will just be like, "I have nothing to do with this," and Mira will just be like, "Why?
That is me.
Stop it."
Pick your character type: Mira, Jin, or Han. Which one are you? I am a Jin.
I don't know. But
I'll embarrass you. I'll embarrass me. I'll embarrass your grandma. Let's go. Let's have a good time.
We get brought in to discuss that the rule change is designed to find the key. Because stronger emotions will lead to the activation of the key. Everything is about the key. What is the key? The key is something. We're not entirely sure what it's for.
Remember what you said, that it couldn't be a mystery if it would happen 5 minutes later? You just said that
Yeah.
last episode with Neverland.
Yeah.
So it applies.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does. There's not really a whole lot of mystery in these 2 episodes. I would enjoy
but Park
mystery
says
and
something
wonder.
about more tiger cubs than I thought there would be.
Yeah, there was more tiger cub. Ironic, considering his name.
Yeah.
We find that out later.
We see him focusing on the blue hoodie dude and blue hair dude, and he goes on about growth, trust, and feelings. Yeah,
the strongest emotions will awaken the key. Also, we get to know that Nox, which is the crazy cult, is also searching for this key. So the cult and GOH want the key. And the key is important. The key is what they're both after. They want the key.
Park also mentioned that he summoned the 6.
The 6. Yes, the 6 in the webtoon, I looked up the 6 are the top martial arts masters of their fields.
You looked up spoilers?
No,
I just spoilers. You looked up spoilers.
It was literally in the webtoon, in this section of the webtoon.
James,
the 6 are just noticed as the top martial artists in their fields. Also, Jin only cares about fighting again. This is becoming its own trope in the series, is that Jin only cares about fighting, because he realizes that when he fights with Mira and Han, he won't get to fight against them, and he wants to fight
an absolute childish
horrible fit. He wants to fight Mira, and then he's like, and I want to fight Han again. And I'm like, you've already fought Han. You've already fought him once. I want to fight him again.
Big baby.
More
I'm still a Jin, but not quite that much.
Mira literally only wanting to, like, she doesn't want to be a part of any of this. She's just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to deal with these people. Why do I have to be here? Like, I understand, Mira. I understand. You don't want to be here. You got Jin Mori. Nobody wants to deal with him. Nobody wants to deal with his weird...
It's another Naruto and Sakura thing. She's gonna like him by the time we're over.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think she will.
You think he's gonna become the man that births the successor for her sword school? The one
Either
thing that
him or
she's
Han.
after?
One or the other.
Dude, you know what? Han Daiwi would probably be the better choice. If I wanted to, like, have a strong baby, Han Daiwi would be the man that I would seek for a strong baby. That dude is crazy strong.
But so is Jin.
Yeah, true, but
Jin won.
Jin did win.
Jin won.
Jin also is capable of copying other people's techniques and using them against them.
So was Kakashi, and nobody hates on Kakashi.
Still, people hate on Kakashi. There was anti-Kakashi.
Well, they're wrong.
Clubs. I didn't understand.
They're wrong.
But
Kakashi's awesome. Anyway,
more
more
of Jin only caring about fighting.
And then there's like a little old man, but it's once again not that big of a mystery because we figure out who that is very soon.
Yeah. But let's
also
meets
up with the little old man.
No. And... Let's talk about what Jin's motivation is.
He just wants to get stronger because it's cool.
Fighting strong people makes you stronger, and being stronger makes you cool. Yeah. And that is the motivations we're dealing with.
Exactly.
But yeah, weird old man that with one arm that disappears, and he is the president's master. The president, Park.
It's Park's old teacher.
He's master. He's master.
Same difference. And the old man's like, I met Jin. He's interesting, and he wants to take him as a pupil.
Don't forget, he stated he ate the sage fruit and seems normal, or seems the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will take on Jin
Especially
as his
since it'll
pupil.
irritate his grandpa.
It'll irritate Taijin. So we have Jin Mori and Jin Taijin.
And then we go to the grandpa again, who just finished kicking Major Knock's butt.
We're just gonna skip over the fact that he stabbed the president in the chest, and the president faded away, and there was another one of him standing there. Look, because apparently
it was a
after
shadow
images,
jutsu.
After image or something. I want to know what that technique was, because that technique was crazy.
They didn't mention it at all. Yes, it did happen. I was just like, little old man stabs him, ? But it was a clone.
And he literally said, I was going easy on you.
I don't know.
I think at this point we're halfway through the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandpa is just standing there, and he's like, look what you made me do to nature. And there's just a hole in the mountains from his kick.
And
from his kick.
Is the Nox leader? I don't know if it's a leader, but I call it the Nox leader. Is watching, and he's like, the world's gonna end soon, and the iron hammer of judgment will come on the age, and their god will descend. And then he shoots like a beam of light into the sky that makes like a cliff.
He makes the Omega symbol that
he
summons a sword. That on the sword it says, he summons a freaking sword from the sky. I know not whose child it is. It existed before God.
Strange, and it's aimed at Jim's grandpa.
I wanted to note here, it's literally the Sword of Damocles.
Oh.
It's a literal Sword of Damocles.
Interesting.
I hope people get that literary reference. Sword of Damocles is the Sword of Doom hanging above your head. The Sword of Damocles is hanging above our head. If it falls, we'll all die. It's Sword of Damocles.
Okay, yeah.
There was a thing about that in a game or something, another anime, where they literally had the Sword of Damocles, and it was like a moon thing that launched rods from the moon to the earth. It was crazy. But yeah, then we get Mira in a shower because we need to have a shower scene.
But there was a flash of light as it lowers down though as a sword, and then there's
that's because Jin's grandpa literally is like, all right, let's do this, I guess. Time to fight a giant sword the size of freaking. It's bigger than a mountain. It's bigger than a mountain.
But then it flashes a still image of Grandpa and Baby Jin.
It was cute.
Then Mira is showering, and she's all down on herself, and she's like, I'm just an extra. Weird. They're the strong ones.
Wait, okay. See, here's the thing, though. Byung is not a weakling. Let's be honest here. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsuist who managed to make it to the semifinals of this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And she beat him
soundly.
Handedly. She beat him as quick as Jin beat him.
Yeah. It was.
She has such low self-esteem. I mean,
feelings
like,
are unbounded, Mira.
Mira, honey, you are gorgeous. You're a beautiful girl, and you're powerful. You got everything you could ever want in this world. You have great family. You don't have a sword school anymore, but you know what? You're working on it. You got time.
Yeah.
Don't be so down on yourself. You're a wonderful woman.
But, and then she goes out shopping.
Yeah, she goes out shopping, and she meets,
the announcer
what's
dude.
His name? Sin Bongsa. Bongsa. Who apparently is blind.
Yeah, because that's a thing.
That raises many questions. He did not seem to be impaired in the slightest, so how does he see?
I don't know. It's got to be some ability because he announces that he's like when we were watching.
He announces everything.
Yeah.
Dude does not miss anything. For a blind man, he can see everything. Is it like a Daredevil situation?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I'm curious.
And he says there's a lot more challenge to come, and he gives her some motivation stuff.
He tells her the important thing is to know when to dodge elegantly and when to strike with all your strength.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which it's a very important information for her because she wants to be strong, but she's not utilizing all of her strength.
And she hasn't drawn out the full power of the sword yet. Yeah. Pretty much. So Park, and then it goes to Park and Han.
Han, who he doesn't really have a reason to keep being in this tournament. Han Daiwei's whole reason for being in this tournament was his dying friend, and he's like, well, I'm going to keep going forward to pay off my debt. Which, understandable. I imagine Han Daiwei has a very huge debt.
Park is like, he has the eyes of a man who wants, who
finally knows, he has the eyes of a man now. Yeah. Which,
and then Han wants to know about the strange powers that he's seen.
You mean...
What are the powers behind the scenes?
You mean Shayok?
Yep. And that's all that Park says. Shayok. Sharyok. It is spelled Charyok. Shark.
Yeah,
Sharyok.
apparently
shark.
No, apparently it means to borrow or something like that. Well, you find out why later. But we also get a lovely compilation of Jin can't train.
Look, he's chasing cats.
Jin's like, time to train and become stronger. I'm gonna become so big they won't recognize me. Kitty!
He's picking up trash with old people.
Time to train! Yoga! Time to train! Picking up trash! Time to train! Getting a balloon out of a tree for some little kids! Don't worry, I'll get this balloon that your grandmother left you before she died. My grandma's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good scene.
That was entertaining. Funny... He was just making up his own little dramatic stories.
Yeah.
And then Park's old teacher just comes out of nowhere.
Because Jin falls to the ground and apparently sprains his ankle.
Oh yeah.
And the old master just comes up and is just like, needle in the ankle. It's sprained, and he's like, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah, he just randomly shoves a needle in his ankle because, yeah, I guess.
And then...
But we go back to Mira and the announcer, and he gives her advice, and he's like, put your emotions into your sword.
Into your sword, and draw it its full potential. And he goes to leave with his lovely wife and daughter.
But it was also the moonlight style that blinded him, he said.
Yes, the moonlight style blinded him. I wanted to get past that because I wanted to talk about Bunny Man Assassin.
Look, I did not take any notes about the strange camera angles of the Bunny Man in the background. I figured he'd be something, but I'm just like, no.
You didn't want to talk about the fact that the assassin was wearing a Bunny Man outfit, handing out balloons. This one weird assassin.
Look, anything to get that mark.
I appreciate it. I appreciate Bunny Man Assassin.
But come on, it was no mystery the way the camera was panning. And
it was very weird that it kept showing the Bunny Man and his.
Okay, but hold on. Pretty much, let's catch up to the announcers. Like they're going, and he's like, "Wife, take the daughter to the car," because he said,
take her to the car because he's gonna get attacked by.
And then it's the bunny, as you said. And
who explodes in fire. It was very oh, come on, don't destroy the suit. It's expensive, man. Han Daiwei knows the cost of that suit. Han Daiwei has probably worn that suit, knowing him and how many jobs he works.
Yeah, you're probably right. And the dude's just sitting there grinning at him. In a public park, no less.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're at Park and Han again at the God's mural, and
Chayok talking. It's the power of gods, demons, legendary heroes who fought him.
Messengers
blah blah
from
blah
heaven.
blah blah. Yeah,
heroes that changed the world.
Yeah, it's the power of ghosts and spirits and gods and demons.
They borrow otherworldly powers from beings that are beyond human understanding.
Which is probably why Chayok means to borrow.
Yeah.
Is you're borrowing the powers of a god or
and then he explains that the numbers
or a ghost. The GP,
deity, whatever.
Yeah, the GP is your potential for god power.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically the potential of the Sharyuk, drawing on God's strength. He says that's what the God of High School is all about.
Then we get a weird fight between Hoodie Man and Blue Hair Man, where Blue Hair Man attacks Hoodie Man, and Hoodie Man stops it, and he's like, "Ha, it's my win." And then some guy's like, "You guys can't be here. It's off limits." And then friggin' it's a weird
Blue Hair summons like a void
shark, it's a mouth.
Have you played that game Eat.io? It looks like one of those Eat.io.
And then Hoodie Man summons fire and destroys it, and he's like, I guess this is your win. And I was like, how is it his win? You destroyed his thing. You won. You win when you destroy rock, paper, scissors. You don't it's not like I throw scissors, you throw rock, and I go, my win.
Look, and then we also go, we find out that the blue-haired dude is named Jagal Tech.
I don't understand these names. Look,
but then we go to two buff dudes and a redhead talking about winning, and then we go to a teal-haired dude honoring the family.
And thick-made.
Yes.
And thick-made. I made a note of thick-made.
And then so we're seeing other participants right now, and then we start seeing.
We're being introduced to our next contestants. Great magician John Jason.
And it's a little old man, and then we see a hobo, and the Hulk is his card. And I don't mean he looked like a man that was down on his luck. Have
you seen John Wick?
You're right. And then
he's like the hobo king.
You're right. Then we see a lone shark
Kim
dude in a bar.
Dushik.
And then we see Park's old teacher, the old man, and he's a divine doctor.
The divine doctor.
Na Bong Chin. And then we see the Rebirth. Kim
Ungyo.
And it's a lady's silhouette. We don't actually see her.
Is she related to Kim Dushik? I don't know.
And then we see
Tiger Cub,
which is Park Mujin.
Park
has been calling everybody Tiger Cubs, but he is actually the Tiger Cub.
He is literally the Tiger Cub.
What? I need answers, okay?
And then we get
maybe it's like, okay, I have a theory. He was talking about the Sharyuk being part of the gods. Maybe each one of those 6 have one of the powerful deities or beings that the Tiger Cub will always channel from the Tiger God, always.
No, I don't think he channels from the Tiger God. He wears a cross. And he summons crosses.
I was just being as a generalization.
I think it was just because it's because he's the youngest member. He looks to be the youngest member.
Why would they literally just call him Tiger Cub though? And then he calls all the other kids Tiger Cubs. I don't Whatever.
know.
So we're at Jin's house.
Yeah, and he's like, "What? How did you guys know how
Han and Mira she's up,
and
she's just administration, the same way he did to her.
Yeah, she's
the grin. The grin
you.
was fun. And Jin lived alone, and he used to live in the mountains with his grandpa, but he had to go to school. There's a pic of Jin with his grandpa.
Because they're not.
With a man and a woman. Yeah, sorry. Whoops.
Yeah, not his real parents. But grandpa's like, the kids would be people would be suspicious if you just lived on your own. And Mira's like, your grandpa's pretty smart. And he's like, yeah, he is.
Did you notice that when after that, Mira's shoulder was hurting from training or from?
Yeah, he was like, do.
He pokes it 3 times, and then it's better.
Well, we've had a 2-week skip. Because we're moving into the tournament again, which was supposed to take place in 2 weeks. So we've had a 2-week skip without us ever knowing we had a 2-week skip. So obviously,
he train and learn from the Divine Doctor. Is that
obviously something happened there?
So then Han tells him about the Sharyuk and warns him that opponents are going to be powerful. And Jin is
Jin's
excited.
like, no, I don't. Strong opponents.
And then our tournament started, and obviously we have a new announcer.
Because our old announcer's dead!
Yep.
He's dead. And then
Nox killed him.
And then, again, because we can't have setup and mystery in this, we have Q is late, is what the blue hair lady says. And then we immediately cut to an apartment.
Q's apartment.
Q's apartment, obviously, with like broken glass and blood and a Joker card, and Q with a sword in him. And this dude's just being like, ha ha ha, I killed Announcer Q, the strongest one, ha ha ha.
Yep, and it's the same assassin that took care of Sin, so...
Yeah, so we learned from the park that Nox is already infiltrated.
Yep.
Which, we also got 3 people that clearly look like they're from Nox in the tournament, because they're wearing
everything's all messed up.
They're wearing the hoods.
Are we gonna find out that... See, at first I was like, well, Park is clearly the villain. Oh, wait, but who's gonna be the villain? Is it gonna be Nox? Is it gonna be the Six?
Look,
who's the villain? Who is the bad guy?
Can both be bad.
Yeah,
they can both be villains.
We don't have to have a good character, but a good
we have
organization.
Good characters. We have good
an
characters.
Organization.
Jin and Hondaiwe and Mira, they're the good guys.
And
dealing with.
Honestly, I'm just keen to see where it goes. I mean,
it'll be interesting.
We're gonna have fighting because this whole anime is a tournament arc, but we're also gonna have this other stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm keen for the other stuff more so. Like the fighting is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But I want to know, give me the plot. I just dropped my skull cup, but it's fine.
Yeah,
give me them plots. Give me them deets. But I think that's about it for Anime Club. We're going to talk about the movie, The Millennium Dragon, in this week's post show.
But you got to be a member.
Gotta be a Patreon. $1 a month, my dudes. My dudes and dudettes. $1
for that extra content.
Yep. And you know what? If you don't, it's fine. But you're going to miss out on some awesome stuff. This movie was actually decent.
But that's all for now.
That's it. But yeah, and then we normally have Otaku News here. Not much going on. Just same thing. Keep an eye on the Discord server for future announcements. Thanks, everybody, once again for joining us. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for watching.
And thanks, as always, to our Patreons. So, bye. See you guys later.
See you guys later. Yeah, unless you're gonna be a part of that special people.
Special. One.
Unless you're